Sorry.
Right? Whether I realize it or not, I'm making a gamble by committing suicide and hoping that the desires in my heart are not rejection of Jesus. But it's a really gray area with a really black and white answer, right?
Okay.
Like,
So it's not
like if you were to ask the question, you know, like even people who don't believe in Jesus or God know that God doesn't want anyone to commit suicide, okay? But so that's the black and white part of it. And the gray part is when it does happen, we don't know the answer. Because the only person who's died, gone to heaven, and come back is Jesus. Or died and come back and live forever is Jesus. So that'd be my answer to that.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
I suppose so. I was more thinking, my idea was like, if you kill yourself, like you're done for, like dunzos. No, you're done. You can't go to heaven, no matter what. So I guess that kind of answered it.
Yeah, it could be
so
very
if it's
possible.
more of a case-by-case basis, then I don't have any issues with it.
But how is it? Okay, I don't know if I want to go into this.
Yeah, no, it might be can of worms.
So
open the can.
Okay, so
Okay.
I was gonna say, what if? Oh, go ahead. No, you had your thought. Go ahead.
So there's also an interesting thing. Well, you guys aren't asking this question, so never mind. I'll let you ask questions.
Okay, actually, okay. Chuck or?
No, you can go ahead if you had your thing.
I think yours was more related to what we were talking about.
Or it was more just, I was going to throw another hypothetical, because you have, I don't know, maybe I missed the point then, but I was just thinking, like, what if you have a scenario that's like, you do something that'll end up getting yourself killed to save the lives of others, but if they're all going to heaven anyway, then maybe let them all die, and don't kill yourself. I don't know.
Oh, isn't that a thing with the Salvation Army, where it's like people who die are actually promoted, and they're like, you've done it, you win.
Promoted?
Yeah, but it's like they call it like promoted to something. I don't remember what it's called.
Angel.
So it sounds like you have a few questions there. Sounds like the first one is like kind of like a soldier situation, right? So maybe someone fights for their country.
Let's go. Let's scrap. Let's scrap. Turn around. Turn around.
Like dies to save people. So you're asking if
fight
they
me,
knowingly,
bitch, fight me.
Knowingly put themselves in that situation. Is that like unforgivable? Is that what you're asking?
Turn around and face me.
I guess maybe it was just maybe I was missing the point, because I was thinking like, what do you do at that point? But I guess that's what you're saying was like that's something that God would answer, or whoever.
I would say that the answer to your question is actually much clearer. Like,
I'm gonna catch you.
Oh no, he's got the good gun. I can't beat him. He's got the DP-28, dude.
It following is you. It follows. Have you seen that movie? I'm that guy. I'm that guy. No matter where you go,
I don't know how we all landed so far apart.
It follows. It follows. You see that movie? I'm that guy. I'm the bad guy.
Why did we land? How do I put a marker on one place and everybody goes everywhere else?
Ty, come on, man.
Okay, I got a little distracted.
This is fucking retarded, dude.
So for one part, you're right. I did answer your question before, but also, let me try to think about your question.
Yeah, sure.
Die.
Yeah, sure. Again, I'm not even sure if I know what I asked.
It follows. It follows. I'm gonna follow you. You can't you can't run from me.
Mr. It follows.
Okay.
It follow you?
You're a pussy. You're a coward.
Play
I
Kokomo.
would say this. So Jesus died to save everyone in the world. Okay? And Christians believe that Jesus came to do that and then strive to be most like him as much as possible.
They jumped down, I think.
So how could Jesus expect that of everyone in the world
Take his kill!
if one of his followers died to save
Put him down, Jonathan, you're trash! Just aim!
What? I already hit him, bud. Oh shit.
Oh, they're pushing you! Oh! Jonathan, no!
I had no more bullets! I had to do it!
Hit the first shot, though!
Yeah, but I had 0 bullets in the chamber. Yes, Chuck! Yes, Chuck!
Yeah, that's it. The flying death eagle.
Like it even says in the Bible too, like to die to save one's friend or the life of a friend is like a great honor. So not that like
involves
you
suicide.
would, like,
Is that like suiciding though? That's like actually saving them.
What if you kill
no,
yourself?
because in the moments
some
of
weird
that
saw
person,
trap.
so in the moments of that person saving the other person's life, they're not thinking, "Oh, I want to commit suicide." They're thinking, "I want to
Oh,
save
Oh, I
this
want to
person."
save. Okay, okay.
Right?
What if Hitler?
Oh,
Let me-
good.
let me throw this hypothetical.
That's how you know it's gonna be a good one. When you start off with what if Hitler?
So okay, so
It's gonna be good, baby.
say Hitler as a child, right, was a very very devout
Talented.
Christian who
Oh,
What? If
believed
what?
that
a devout
That-
Christian. Hitler was a devout Christian. What?
Wait, Hitler's child.
Oh, Hitler's
no,
child.
shut up,
Oh,
bitch.
sorry.
Which one is it?
I said Hitler.
Okay.
I said Hitler as a child. Did you
My
not hear that
apologies.
part?
No, I didn't hear that part. I'm
Hitler
sorry.
as a child was a very devout Christian, right? And he believed that God and Jesus and that stuff. I don't know the specifics. But what if he
Oh,
killed
fuck,
himself, right? He'd be saving millions of lives.
Okay. All right.
But
What
he
is that?
wouldn't-
What
He's
is
not
that?
he wouldn't
saving
know, though,
millions
right?
of lives though. That,
Sorry,
Yeah, he is.
God. Just threw
So
a
he would've
softball,
saved
man. An
millions of
underhand
lives.
throw. Here we go.
No, but
Because he
Hitler-
didn't kill them, so he's saving them.
But he doesn't know he's about to.
yeah, but
kill
yeah, he doesn't. That's not like that's not in his
Okay.
fucking plan.
Yeah, but okay, it's not his plan now, but it would have been later.
But how did he
Okay,
know
but
that?
he doesn't know that he would have saved these people.
Oh,
So
unless hot take, Adolf Hitler wanted to kill since he was born. Every bone in his body was anti-Semitic.
Okay. So let me repeat the question to you.
Yeah.
Don't bother.
yeah, that was a fucking stupid ass question.
That
Don't,
was like a softball bullshit.
don't
thing.
answer. Oh, God.
If you really want me to answer, I'll answer it. But
Okay, what about this? What
I
about
know he
this?
doesn't. That's.
Alright, we're still focusing on Hitler, right?
Oh, thank God.
So Hitler has a friend, right?
Hitler.
Hitler has a friend.
DF stands for
named Hitler.
friend.
Hitler's friend Hitler, right?
Rudolf Hitler.
Okay, go on.
I can't pose serious questions in this call because I need goddamn. Alright.
You got that
so,
right.
So Hitler's friend Hitler hasn't done a bad thing in his life, right? He's just
Okay.
been a good guy, but he is Hitler's friend. He's still Hitler's friend though, right?
Okay.
And let's say even this. Let's say he didn't even know. He's been away on vacation for a long time, but he's still Hitler's friend. Like they're pen pals or something. And he's
So he was.
he's in a vast jungle and doesn't know about anything that Hitler's done.
You just happened to be on vacation from 1939 to 1905.
Yeah, he was away on vacation for
Up
a
in the
little while.
African wilds.
And he's in Africa on a Christian mission
Sahara.
or something. And he's a doctor or something, alright? He's
Why
a good guy. Alright.
Back to Hitler. It's like I know him. Look really there.
Alright. And then he gets back, right? And he gets back to Germany. He's like, "Oh shit, what's going
West or
on?"
East?
He still doesn't know. He still doesn't know what's happening. And he gets to the bunker, and Hitler's like, "All right, dude. Like, fuck, where am I going with this? I lost.
We're all wondering.
I was so invested in the backstory."
This was all backstory.
Where does Dr.
Alright,
Hitler
so-
go on vacation next? That's what I want.
Heaven, maybe we'll see.
Wait.
Oh, shit.
All right. So let's just say he pops into town one day. He comes back from vacation because his friend Hitler was like, "Dude, you gotta come to town. I got something cool to show you."
What the fuck is happening, Ty?
Side of Hitler I never knew. Yo, come on down.
Oh my god.
Hitler wants him to come in town because he hasn't seen him in a while. But
course, as one
the
does.
Allies are invading, right?
Okay.
Hitler still doesn't know what's happening. He still doesn't put two to two together. He's a bit of a slow man.
He's
But,
a doctor.
He's a doctor, but he doesn't know like social things. So he gets there, and Hitler's like, the
Aspen.
second he gets,
Like a
he gets to the
retard.
bunker, he gets to
And
the
then
bunker
he's
where
a good
historically
doctor.
Hitler would have killed himself, right? So he gets to the bunker, and Hitler's about to kill himself. And Hitler, being a good friend and a doctor, is like, "No, you can't kill yourself." But Hitler shoots himself anyways. but he's not dead. Hitler saves him. So,
What the fuck is going on?
Hitler
Oh,
saves
shit.
Hitler's life, right?
Okay.
And then he goes back to Africa because he's done with that. He doesn't want to see that shit.
He's like, I'm done with
He goes back on his unending vacation.
yeah, best
Goes
friend
back to
ever.
Africa. He saves his life and he goes back. He doesn't know any of the wiser. He doesn't know stuff until his deathbed. He doesn't know this, right? But Hitler goes on, right? Hitler pushes back the Allies. It's another episode or some shit of what did
War
Hitler
II.
do next?
There is a show, isn't that the Amazon show?
Yeah. It's
Man in the
basically
High Castle.
Yeah.
what is it? What is
Man
it?
in the
called?
High
Castle.
It's basically Man in the High Castle. Now Hitler goes on and dies, right?
No.
Is he?
I'm so invested.
Does he go to? Does Hitler go to heaven? Is the question. Even though he saved the man
Oh.
on good and he saved
What
the man on good
the fuck was
intentions.
that?
All right,
But
this is an
Hitler went-
easy answer.
but
This is
Hitler
Yes,
went on-
it's yes, right?
Of course, it's an easy question.
Yeah, it's fucking
But
yes.
Hitler
That
goes on to kill
fucking question
millions
was trash too.
Here we go. Easy
Hitler
answer.
kills millions more, but he wouldn't have if his friend didn't save him.
Simple
Fucking
answer.
yes,
here.
Ty.
Easy answer.
Okay.
I have no idea because I'm not God, and that's God's job.
Alright.
Oh, what a cop out.
You're fucking
It's
pussy,
not a,
David.
it's not a cop
You're a
out.
fucking
That's-
pussy. That's a cop out if I've ever heard one.
It's a weak
The answer's
answer.
yes, okay? God
It's a
damn.
weak answer, but I'll take it.
If-
It's
if
yes.
I-
Dog out.
The reason why it's yes is because he couldn't have been the wiser, right? Like in Yiffler's case, he was doing a good thing.
Who's Yiffler now?
What was the friend's name? What's the friend's name? Yiffler?
It's Hitler's cousin. It's Hitler's cousin.
It's
Hitler.
Also friends with Hitler, who happened to do the exact same thing.
No.
But in his
Anyone-
case, he's doing the good thing, right? So I'd say yes.
Anyone who judges whether someone is gonna go to heaven is basically calling themselves God, and is like
I'm God.
Pretty blasphemous, basically.
The answer's yes, I'm God.
Oh shit, Ty, Joe. You'll be stricken in the next life.
We struck it? Struck
There
it?
is no next life.
Oh.
Oh, really? Like the other religion that fucking says there is, man?
Wait, what?
Which religion am I
Okay.
going?
David, I have a hardball question for you.
Oh, yeah, hardball.
Do it.
Are you ready?
Maybe. I'll have to hear the question
My face-
first.
my
Remember
face hurts
Hitler?
from laughing.
Oh, gosh.
No,
This
Hitler has
doesn't
a son.
I gotta remember this, dude. Put this name. It's gotta be my next. I gotta pin this. You'll pin this shit.
What the? Why do you need to remember? It's literally just one change, man. Can you remember the name of Hitler? Oh my god.
Oh, the way to do it, Hitler, but it's a friend, so it's a Hitler because
Yes.
Oh.
for friend.
Oh my god.
Okay,
that
Chuck,
was fucking
okay.
F
harder
is
than
for
me.
friends who are friends with Hitler. U is for
Gosh.
You
the
and me.
nation of Jews. N is for niggers are dead too. Because
Oh. Yo, Pop,
They're
what was that
not
one
any
Chuck, that,
better.
Oh my god, you sent that song a long time ago. It was something to do with the N word.
I
It was
hate
like-
fucking niggers.
Yeah, it was the Looney Tunes one.
Oh, the DuckTales.
Yeah, DuckTales.
Ty, don't get so fucking excited.
I thought it was funny.
It's rambunctious to be sure.
Okay, continue. What did happen next on Hitler's adventure?
This is your story, Ty.
No, Nick was the one saying it.
No.
Wait.
David, do you think it's just to have infinite punishment for finite digression?
Jesus.
Oh yes. Good.
Finite digression?
Yeah, so like your life
You
is
sin
finite,
in a moment.
You mean like
Yeah.
like finite sin, like one or two sins?
Like yeah, right? Because you can only
Like your life
Absolutely.
is like bound, right? So you can only sin so much. And
should you be punished forever.
I absolutely disagree, which is why I believe in Jesus.
hang on, but isn't that the whole thing of hell?
Wait,
though?
this is a Jesus thing though.
That is
Because
a Jesus thing.
because our sin is not finite.
Oh.
It's an eternal debt. It was paid with an eternal payment.
So like I'm so confused.
So
I thought the whole
your
gimmick was
sin
that-
your sin is the cost of your
Oh wait, you have a card too.
It's easier to think about
I was gonna come
sin
pick you up.
less as so sin is really complicated. First of all right,
Okay.
but it's also really simple.
It's incredibly difficult.
So sin isn't like just like momentary lapses in purity, if you will. Okay.
Okay.
Sin is a condition of the human race, and
GG.
Original sin in that.
and so it's more important to think about
Southeast. I was getting shot at
the cost of sin rather than the quantity of sin, because to God, one sin is not different than 10 sins, right? So no.
How do you
sinner,
know that though?
This is really it's
but now you're
in the
stealing my
Bible.
Bible.
So it's
How
really
do you know God takes one sin as 10
It's
sins?
in the book, dude.
It's
Read
really-
it.
well, it's really hard. It's really hard for humans on Earth to understand that all sin is equal.
Okay, but why
Because
would
we have
God
a-
think
we
that?
have we have a system of justice, right? That delivers punishments based on what we do wrong, but that's not the same as like the court of God, if you will.
But how do we
so
know
God-
that's different from the court of God? Is what I'm.
So God,
Because it's prison, man. It's shit.
so God is perfect, right? And
Okay.
Jesus lived on earth and he lived a perfect life, and then he died, and then he came back and lived forever and went back to heaven.
We know
So
that.
any one sin makes you imperfect. Would you agree?
Yeah.
So any imperfect being
Sure.
in the presence of God is impossible. God is not in the presence of an imperfect being ever.
That's
Okay. So in order to be in his presence, you have to be without sin. So that's why all sin is equal in weight, and the cost is eternal. It's something that a finite being could never pay, because a finite being can never pay an eternal debt.
But is this the
That's
assumption
why-
you're making?
I'm so good.
No, this is all in the Bible. I can
Okay.
if you have a
But,
specific
like,
question
who-
about what I said, I can help you find the answer.
Like the Bible is just like a prophet's take on Jesus's words, right? Like what was
Not at all.
like what is the
So-
Bible?
The Bible is a group of, or not? Well, yeah, I guess a group of accounts of history of 12 men who followed around one man who died and then came back to life and never died again. So these 12 people, they wrote about their experiences. So they followed this guy right, for years.
Okay, don't answer Joe's question.
And-
Okay, it's a stupid question.
I'm gonna answer this
What?
question because
It's a bad question.
It's not a bad question. Answer my question.
Because he's answering
question.
my question. You fucking idiot! It's my turn.
Oh, I see two guys south. Oh no, they're knocked down.
Let me
already.
just finish Joe, and then I'll finish you.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
That's
So-
hot.
finish me, baby.
So these men wrote these accounts about what they experienced with Jesus when they were with him, and then they're all a little different because everybody tells a story a different way, right? It would be
Why did I hit him?
concerning if they all said the exact same thing,
There you go.
because it
I stole
wouldn't
someone's
be
kill.
historically sound. So
Is that the thing that's not historically sound though?
So, anyways, does that answer your question? Or
No, because
we'll put your question on hold. You can think about it, and then I'll
Hey,
finish.
hey,
I'll
hey.
finish
Bad
Nick.
question, Joe.
I'll finish
finish
Nick.
Nick,
because
Nick
got
needs to be
mad.
finished.
All right. Let's see. I actually forgot most of. Like,
Okay,
what did
the
I
all
not
sin-
answer for you?
The question. Is it just to punish someone eternally for a finite?
Like something that
Like you do something wrong and then you burn in
Right.
hell forever, right? Is
Right.
that cool?
Right. So, I'll
not
continue.
cool.
So,
It's hot.
I said I agreed, and I said that.
That it's not cool.
Right.
Okay.
I said I agreed, and then I went to explain sin.
Yeah.
That sin is not like a momentary lapse in purity,
Yep.
but it's more of like a condition, and it has
Yep.
a cost, right?
Yep.
But then also, Jesus and God
Hey, Chuck,
agree
let's
with you
move.
too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which is why they sent
Nice.
Jesus.
Do you want to take cut?
Yeah.
Because,
Sure, we can take
because
that.
it was your only hope, right? And my only hope.
Okay.
And also, it's not in your control, right? No one is born, and they're like, well, I don't have to pay attention to God because I am sinless. It's something that everyone's born with, right? No one's perfect. People will make mistakes. So
Yeah.
it's not a matter of like individual choices, but recognizing and understanding what makes you human
Oh shit.
and why you need help, basically.
Wait. So then
Does that answer your question?
No. How does one go to hell?
Yeah.
How do I get there?
Yeah. So
Always in control.
so the way you get to hell is you believe for your entire life that Jesus never walked on earth and you don't need him or God.
G. See you guys there. That's literally. Is that actually the only way? I feel like this is.
Yeah,
is
that's the only
different.
way you get to hell. Is
Alright.
if you believe.
Always.
Well, I
in
mean,
control.
when I said whole life, I didn't mean like, I meant like you never made a decision to believe that Jesus is God. So like you could go almost your whole life believing that God doesn't exist, and then you're on your deathbed and you're like, oh crap, Jesus actually does exist, and then you believe that Jesus came and you make a decision that God exists and Jesus came to save you from your sins and that you need salvation, and then you die, then you go to heaven.
Wait, in this version, do Jews go to hell?
Well, it depends on the Jew. There's a lot of Jews in the world with a lot of different views, right?
Yeah,
I
but
can't
all
even-
of them
I
are
can't
that
even-
Jesus is not the
The
Messiah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you're talking, so that falls under what I just said, right? So if
So all
believe
Jews
you
go to
don't-
hell.
If you believe you don't need Jesus, then you're not going to heaven.
Okay,
Oh,
Hitler.
so
Over
okay,
here.
so
All
Jews.
Jews are going to hell.
All Jews are going to hell. Then
See, but what you said is not true, because there are Jews that believe that Jesus came to Earth
Then they're
and
not
died for their
Jewish.
sins. That's
This
not
is-
true.
this is
So
called Christian.
Yeah. it's-
Judaism is a little difficult to understand because some people claim the heritage different from the religion.
Yeah.
So
Listen, I've dabbled
do
in
you see why-
Judaism. Okay.
You're talking to. You're
do you see why
talking
that's
to
like a
Caleb,
hard
okay.
question to answer?
If you're Jewish,
No,
you
it-
don't
it's
believe
not a hard
that
question to
Jesus
answer.
is God. You don't believe in the Trinity.
Right. So if that's the kind of Jew you are,
That's
then
the
yeah,
only
you're
kind
not-
of Jew. That's the
Then you're
basis
going
of
to hell.
Judaism.
well, you
of
can
being a
say that,
Jew.
but that's not true.
But you're okay.
Well, you're redefining what Jew is.
Yeah,
That-
but let's just say, okay, for argument's sake, that this is a Jew who says no Jesus, no
Oh,
Jesus,
there's a fucking box right here. The F?
Yeah,
only
I
God,
answered
no
that.
Jesus. And so
Right,
he goes
yeah.
to hell.
All right, Chuck, let's go.
Is that fair to you?
I don't know.
Oh
if that's
my
just
God.
Alan.
Well,
Yeah, it's
nothing's
right here.
fair.
Yeah, holy shit. Get it, Chuck, quick.
Oh, there's fucking stuff in here.
Get it, Chuck, get the shit.
But like you're cool with that. Like that's like you're like, yep, there's no problem with this.
So I don't base my
I got a Groza. I don't know.
decision
Oh, that's the good shit.
of whether I'm okay with that based on other
we gotta
people's
move it down.
experiences,
Yeah, we gotta move
only
this
on
way.
the Bible and what I've experienced. So what I would say is that based on the fact that everyone is sinful and somebody doesn't believe that they are sinful and need Jesus, then yes.
And you're chill with this. so.
I think it's really sad and it's really unfortunate, right? And it's really hard to understand actually as a Christian that there are a bunch of people who God loves and they're just going to die because they don't believe he exists or they don't believe his son came to save them. That's
So
a
you
really
understand that the
hard
reason
thing.
you're Christian is because you were born in the U.S., right?
Wait,
That's not
no,
true
no,
at all.
no,
And you-
no.
Mhm. If you're
That
born
has-
in a Muslim country, you're probably a Muslim.
If you're born in Israel,
You're
not
more
refugee.
likely to be Christian, but I don't like.
Like
It's
the
not true at
happenstance
all.
of your birth
Decided your religion.
decides
I
your
dis-
fate for
I
eternity.
disagree with everything you just said wholeheartedly
Okay, please.
because I believe in predestination. So God chose me and decided that He was going to save me, and that
So before
so
you're born,
no matter
from
where I
the
was,
get-go,
So
because
it,
so
from
it
the
also
get-go, you're
hold
fucked.
on, let me finish. So it
This
also
is a scam. If I've
says
ever heard one.
hold on. It also says it's very scandalous. I agree with you. But it also says in the Bible that God knew me before I was born. He knew every detail about me. So no matter where I was going to be born or how I was going to be born, I was going to be me.
Right,
And I was gonna
let's
love
plop down.
Jesus.
Let's plop down.
right here.
Choose to.
But
Uh,
couldn't he have
or
just
wanna
like
try those
not
buildings?
made
Wanna
the
try-
people born
Okay, yeah, let's try.
so they wouldn't suffer? Like, isn't it that better fate to not have been born at all than suffer for eternity?
Wait,
So
actually,
that's-
check. Let's not try
so
those
that's-
buildings.
Yeah. Okay, you got it.
So that's why free will exists.
I want to see
So
where the
God-
circle
But it
is
doesn't.
first.
though.
God
by your
gives
By predestination. That's what.
yeah.
God gives free will. If He doesn't give free
Oh,
will,
we gotta move.
Okay,
He
yeah,
would
now we gotta
decide-
see the buildings. Okay,
He would
let's see the
decide to
buildings.
kill everyone, like you just said, that's not going to believe in Him. But
Yeah.
because He gives humans free will, all humans are born and therefore get to choose.
But he knows already.
Right. But
Okay,
knowledge
See,
doesn't.
the problem here.
Yeah. Go ahead. Ask your question.
But like, he either knows what you're gonna do or doesn't.
Oh, there's a guy
before you're
230
born.
Chuck,
Right.
super far away.
So then
Super
if he
far
knows
away.
you're
Just
gonna
don't even
burn
worry
in
about him
hell,
for now.
Okay, so we can make it to the. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, let's just do the buildings.
like no matter what you do with your free will, you're not going to heaven,
Right.
right? This is the predestination.
Right.
So then why bother making you born?
Because if He didn't, then that wouldn't make Him a loving God or a just
But
God.
But does a just God punish someone for all of eternity for something they can't control?
Get it.
That is a complicated question. Hold on. Can I write that down? There was a
Please.
lot in there. Hold on.
Please.
Hold on a sec. Let me get some paper. Man, nobody uses paper anymore. Gosh.
I use paper, sort of.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I got my fucking fountain pen, Nick. It's a good time.
Oh, did you? Nice. Is it
yeah.
the soft one or the hard one? I don't remember.
It's a hard one. The soft ones you need they're vintage pens. They're very
Oh.
expensive if you want the good
Okay.
ones. But you can get noodlers. Noodlers have pretty cheap soft
Can
ones.
you repeat your question for me?
Okay.
Slowly.
So, predestination is that God knows what you're gonna do.
Right.
Free will is. No wait. Okay. Sorry. Let me.
Yeah, take it
Please. Thank you.
at your own pace. And
If
leisure.
God knows what you're gonna do by predestination, is it just for Him to make you born only to be only to suffer for all of eternity?
Okay, so that's a different question that you said, but can you rephrase it again?
Okay. I don't remember my original question.
Mm-hmm. It had to do with do you believe
They're gonna be
that-
up the hill, Chuck. We're about to
okay.
get into like a 2v3 battle. Oh, we're in though.
Yeah,
do you believe that people who
Dude,
don't
we
have
can
control
hang tight?
over
we can
something
hang
should
tight.
go to hell for the rest of their life?
Yeah. Should.
Yeah. So can you put that in your own words? Because that was your question.
Yeah. Is it a just God that knowingly lets people be born if they're going to suffer in hell for eternity? Is that closer?
Fuck, this guy minus Chuck.
Is that like south?
Like south, yeah.
Okay.
Fuck, he's at the building real close. Fuck, I'm so bad.
How come I can't change guy?
Okay, so this is what I
Oh,
wrote
I'm not
down.
even. I'm not coming out of my house.
Yeah, that's fine. Just stay there.
This is what I wrote down. You can tell me if it exactly replicates what you
Okay.
want. Is God just if He knowingly lets people be born who will go to hell?
Yeah. Sure. That's
Okay.
yeah.
So to answer if He's just, I think that's very just. People who
Oh, they have no control over this, right? That was the other part.
Oh yeah.
Because they have no
Okay,
control.
Chuck, just
right?
stay
They're
hidden
not born
and
yet.
survive, okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm
hold
probably
on.
dead.
Yeah, so I remember now. It was.
Do you want to make a run for it? Or?
No, you're in the circle, so you can just sit tight.
Are otters fluffy?
Maybe.
I like to believe so, but they're always so wet. It's hard to tell.
Oh,
Look at otters dry up so we can tell.
Fucking so
fucking
boring.
sluts. Why are they always so wet?
Take a cold shower. Oh my god.
Okay, so is God just if he knowingly lets people be born who will go to hell based on something they can't control, in parentheses, sinful nature is what you mean by what they
Sure.
can't control.
Yeah, if that's what that means.
Okay. Is that what you mean by it, though? What they can't control?
Yeah, but I don't know what sinful nature means. So
The fact that everyone was
Got him.
without doing anything.
Oh, nice, Joe. Nice.
yeah, kind of.
Oh, Joe, it's just two.
But like I
one.
don't. Not
What?
in this
No,
previous.
there's more.
sense.
There's more.
One more.
Oh,
just
2v1.
more.
Oh, 2v1 is what you mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's up the hill though. We should just go to the.
Can you explain more what you mean then by
'Cause,
can't-
like,
what they
you
can't
said-
control? Like what can't they
like-
control?
Like what they do,
Very
right?
simple.
Because of predestination, no matter what they do, they will be in hell,
check.
right?
Uh huh.
Like that's
Here, I'm
the-
gonna med up real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
like they can control in the sense of predestination.
Okay. Well, sounds like more of a question about predestination rather than
Boost.
God.
Boost.
Yeah,
You need one?
but it's
So-
both.
Oh, and I'm just gonna
I would-
take my boost. Take my-
Okay.
So predestination is really hard to understand. I would
You're
say.
a car?
What?
So
That's crazy.
basically,
That would
so
be
God
crazy.
is all knowing. Okay.
Yeah.
And
We
he
should just
exists
stay in, I guess.
for all time, whereas we're finite.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're good
In
down here.
itself is
Oh,
shit,
pretty
green shot.
inconceivable as a human.
Yep.
The fact
Yeah.
that something could exist and like never start or end.
Yep.
I didn't see where. Is that maybe northwest?
Oh, he's down the hill.
So,
He's so lit. Oh my god. dude.
Where is he? I can't even see him.
Down
let
the
me ask
hill?
you this.
Oh,
If
you
you
got it.
have- if
Wait,
you
I
have
didn't get him. I
someone-
think he
Oh,
died
he
to the
died.
blue.
Oh,
We did it, Chuck!
Wait, you
Chicken,
fuck-
chicken.
We did it.
Oh